The NASCAR world has been buzzing with speculation about Kyle Busch's future in the sport. After his first winless season in 19 years, many fans and analysts have wondered if the two-time Cup Series champion might be considering hanging up his fire suit. Today, we're diving into Busch's recent statements about these retirement rumors and what they mean for his career moving forward. Kyle Busch has heard the whispers, the speculation, the rumors suggesting his time in NASCAR might be coming to an end, and now he's finally addressing them head-on. In a recent interview with Today, Busch was asked directly about retirement, and his response was unequivocal.
Going to keep going strong.
I've heard plenty of the talk. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean,
The 39-year-old driver, who turns 40 in May, firmly rejected the notion that he's ready to step away from the sport. Instead, he pointed to a fellow veteran as evidence that his best days may still be ahead of him.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, I'm turning 40. I know Denny Hamlin's out there. He's 44, 45, and he's winning races. So, 37 to about 43, you're in your prime in NASCAR, actually.
Yeah.
So, I'm still right there. I still got plenty in the tank. I'm ready to go. And
This statement comes at a critical juncture in Busch's storied career. After 2 decades in NASCAR's top series, he's facing one of his most challenging periods. But rather than contemplating retirement, he's digging in his heels and recommitting to the fight. The 2024 season marked a significant downturn for Busch. For the first time in 19 years, he failed to win a single Cup Series race. This broke his remarkable streak of at least 1 victory per season since his full-time debut. His move to Childress Racing in 2023 initially showed promise. He secured multiple race wins that year, including a victory at Talladega. But the success was short-lived. Performance issues plagued the team through 2024 and have continued into 2025. Busch's current winless streak stands at 66 races and counting. His last trip to victory lane came in June 2023, leaving him in unfamiliar territory for a driver accustomed to regular success. In the first 9 races of the 2025 season, Busch has managed just 3 top 10 finishes and a single top 5. He currently sits 15th in the driver's standings with 200 points, with an average finish of 16.5. Numbers that fall well short of the standards he set during his championship years. These struggles led many to question whether Busch might be considering stepping away from full-time competition. Everything from selling Kyle Busch Motorsports to his increased focus on his son Brexton's racing career has been interpreted as signs of a driver preparing for life after NASCAR. But Busch insists that's not the case. Despite the challenges, he maintains that he's still capable of competing at the highest level and returning to victory lane. While Busch's recent results have been disappointing overall, there have been flashes of the champion driver we've known for years. The most notable came at Circuit of the Americas earlier this season. At COTA, Busch led 42 laps, more than any other driver in the race. He was in contention for the win in the closing stages before ultimately being outdueled by Christopher Bell. Still, his 5th-place finish showed that on the right day with the right car, he can still run at the front. Looking ahead, Busch expressed optimism about returning to Talladega, the site of his last victory with RCR. We're working with RCR this year about getting our Chevrolets back up front, and we race Talladega this weekend, so a great place for us to go win. We won there a couple of years ago and are looking forward to doing that again this weekend.
in the tank, I'm ready to go. And we're working with RCR this year about getting our Chevrolets back up front. And we race Talladega this weekend, so a great place for us to go win. We won there a couple of years ago, and looking forward to doing that again this weekend.
Talladega represents a significant opportunity for Busch. Despite an average finish of 20.2 in his 39 career starts at the Superspeedway, he has found victory lane twice there, including his most recent win in April 2023, driving the number 8 RCR Chevrolet. The restrictor plate racing at Talladega often levels the playing field among teams, potentially giving Busch his best shot at ending his winless drought. If he can recapture the magic from 2023, it could rejuvenate both his season and his confidence. Much of Busch's struggles can be attributed to the current competitive position of Childress Racing. The team has been unable to consistently provide cars capable of running at the front, putting Busch in the difficult position of trying to outperform his equipment. Kyle Petty, former driver and current NASCAR analyst, offered a candid assessment of the situation on GoPRN Live. He continued with a pointed observation about the limitations Busch faces with RCR. The problem is they're asking him to carry it from 12th to the win. If you ask him to carry it from 3rd or 4th to the win, I think he can. But he can't carry it to a third of the field. Petty clarified that his criticism wasn't directed at Busch's abilities, but rather at RCR's current performance gap compared to top teams like Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibbs Racing, and Team Penske. Busch himself acknowledged the team's inconsistent performance. After a strong start to 2025 with 3 consecutive top 10 finishes at Atlanta, COTA, and Phoenix, momentum stalled with disappointing results at Las Vegas and Homestead, Miami. "Vegas, we were fast," Busch explained. "I felt like we were legit a top 4 car and let the race play out. Then obviously, Homestead was a complete miss. It looked identical to last year. You can replay the 2024 and 2025 Homestead races and see the Hendrick cars all having some pretty good speed, the Trackhouse and RCR cars running in the back. We're literally passing each other for 30th on the racetrack. That's not good." At Martinsville, another track where Busch has historically excelled, he has finished no better than 16th in 4 starts with RCR. This trend underscores the uphill battle he faces in trying to return to championship form with his current team. Despite these challenges, Busch defends the effort being put forth by his crew. "It's definitely not due to lack of effort, that's for sure," he said. "Everybody works very hard. I know the long hours and everything that everybody does. The only thing I can really say is, fundamentally, it's just work smarter, not harder. I think that part of it has been better." Kyle Busch has long been one of NASCAR's most polarizing figures, with a passionate fan base that has stayed loyal through his ups and downs. But even his most dedicated supporters have shown signs of frustration as his winless streak continues. Social media has been particularly harsh in its assessment of Busch's recent performances. After a disappointing showing at the Bowman Gray Clash to start the 2025 season, fans expressed their disappointment openly. One fan commented, "Looks like Kyle Busch is going to suck again this year, LOL." Another stated, "Ty Gibbs, it's becoming clear, can't handle the Cup level. Kyle Busch has become a loser. Eric Jones played nice." The criticism extended to Busch's performance on short tracks, traditionally a strength during his career. "Kyle Busch at short tracks," wrote one fan, accompanied by a meme mocking his recent struggles. Perhaps most damning was the prediction from one fan that Kyle Busch isn't even finishing top 20 in points this season, reflecting how far expectations have fallen for a driver who used to be considered a championship contender each year. These reactions highlight the pressure Busch faces, not just from himself and his team, but from a fan base that has grown accustomed to seeing him perform at an elite level throughout his career. Busch's current situation raises uncomfortable comparisons to other NASCAR legends who struggled in the twilight of their careers. History shows that even the greatest drivers often face declining results as they age. Jimmy Johnson, a 7-time champion, won his final title in 2016, but never regained championship form afterward. After winning at Dover in June 2017, Johnson went winless for the remainder of his NASCAR career, failing to reach victory lane in his final 143 Cup Series starts. Richard Petty, widely regarded as one of the greatest NASCAR drivers of all time, endured an even longer drought. The 7-time champion and 200-race winner went without a victory in his final 241 starts. 3-time champion Darrell Waltrip experienced a similar fate, going winless in his last 251 races. The common thread among these drivers is that they remained in the sport past their competitive prime. This raises the question of whether Busch might be headed down a similar path.